Absolute beast mode today. Okay, guys, so thank you for tuning in. Today we're talking about the day trades that I made today, and specifically we're going to be talking about OBLN. I'll go over my trades and we'll go over my stats for this month and the week and everything. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Here we go. So OBLN was an absolute beast today. This thing was a monster, and I traded it a whole bunch. Let's see, I think at its high today, it went up something roughly around 500%. I think it might have crossed 500%, which is crazy for a stock to move that much in one day. And today was all about trying to ride the momentum. And I want to back up, show you some of the trades, but kind of show you how I started the day. And first off, I wanted to say, I woke up this morning. Today was not good. I slept on my neck wrong, and so my neck was all jacked up, and I was hurting pretty bad from it. And so I actually slept in just a little bit and got up like maybe 30 minutes after the market opened here in Texas. And the other thing was that I opened up my platform E-Trade and got all my stuff up and running. But the problem was I was having problems with my internet, and that is probably one of the most frustrating things when you are trading. You've got to have a great internet connection, and you got to have some pretty decent speeds to be day trading. And today I was just resetting the router and dealing with all that BS, and that instantly starts off the day in bad vibes, not a good mindset to go into trading. And so, I did see, as I was like trying to deal with all the maintenance of the internet, trying to get that up and running smooth, I did see OBLN moving up. And the other one I was watching too was, I guess it was CLBS. And so I was kind of watching it unfold and just seeing it kind of move higher and higher as I was dealing with all my internet stuff, because it would, I'd have connection, lose it, have connection. And so it was just, it was one of those things, seeing something move up and knowing you can't jump into it, it really is frustrating. So I finally got all the internet stuff ironed out, and then finally got into the market and started trading. And so OBLN, well, let's go over this first. Let's go over some of my stats, and then we'll go into the trades on OBLN. So here is today, and honestly, I don't feel great about this. I am green on the day, and I'm up quite a bit. I'm up $1,086, which is pretty good for me. But why I'm not feeling good about it is that because I missed a lot of opportunities. I screwed up on a good chunk of them, and then I was up almost the highest I've ever been before. Well, it was the highest I've ever been before at one point, and I could have walked away to end the day there, and I was up a high of $1,927, so $1,927 I was up at my high of the day, and I was feeling awesome there. And I guess I got greedy and wanted to keep jumping into it. I wanted to cross that 2,000 mark, and because of it, I took a stupid bad trade and held on to it for a sec, hoping for it to recover, and it didn't. So I really shot myself in the foot, and I could have had a record-breaking day. And today, actually, it might be still where no, I've crossed 1,000 before, so it's not record-breaking, but close to it. So I'm looking for that $2,000 day, hopefully sometime soon here. Keep shooting for it, but didn't make it today, and I'll show you where I screwed up. So yeah, here was the trend today. Today I actually started out of the gates. This was horrible. My first trade of the day, I was down $290. I've never actually done that bad that quickly out of the gates this month at all. And so for me to do that, screw up a big trade, down $290. That was not a good start to the day. Had to take a deep breaths, take back, you know, and just watch for better setups and get into something. And so I did that, and I was able to work out of it. Got neutral, then got all the way up to about 286. Then drove that down into $26, unfortunately. Was able to work back up. Like I said, I had a ton of trades today. I got all the way up to $700, and I was asking myself, wow, this is an improvement down from, you know, negative 290. So should I leave it here? Maybe. And kept trading. Oh, because OBLN was making some serious moves, and I was trying to capitalize on them. But look at this, taking it all the way down to 130. Okay. And then from there, I was really able to just put on some big share size and make some awesome gains from here. Look at this, from 130 to 659 in one trade. Awesome trade there. And then I got all the way up to that 1927. Wow, incredible number there. I was impressed with myself. And once again, I had one of the worst trades I've had in a while. And look, in one trade, I was being up 1927. I shouldn't have been risking anything, you know, being up that high. I should have maybe pulled back share size a little bit, but I don't know, I was feeling it, getting aggressive, and I took a trade that took me all the way down to $814 in one trade. So here I am losing, you know, $1,000 basically in one trade. That got me really, really pissed, and I tell myself, how could I have done that? It was a roller coaster today. And anyways, was able to make a few good trades after that. Brought me up to 1354, and then another bad one brought me down to 1,000. So I said, you know what, end of the day here, I'm leaving it there. But that was very disappointing because I screwed all of that up, you know, being up to the high. So let's look into this now. This is the trading journey. This is my trend since I started this YouTube channel here. And as you can see, you know, putting on these big numbers, while that looks great, you got to take it with a grain of salt and compare it with everything you've been doing to really show your true numbers here. And I'm really not up that much. Here is the trend line. This is where I started with my cash account. And then in December here, this was all of November. December started here with my new margin account and went crazy down, crazy up, got up to 3,000 at one point. Then towards the end of December, I royally screwed everything up. Make sure to go back and look at my last, one of my videos. It's called Just Blew Up My Account. And it was from the worst trade I've ever had in December, last day of December. And it was like more than a $3,000 loss, which is just the nastiest thing I've ever done. Took me down, all the way down to this low point here. And since then, I have been on an awesome green streak, consistency, and I've been, in the last 2 days, put on some awesome numbers, but previous weeks put on little gains, but it got me out of the hole. So right now, throughout that entire process, I'm still only up $1,080, which is really nothing, you know, for all that I've gone through. So, you know, take it for what it is. That's what trading is, day trading. It's tough, it's difficult, and it's always trying to improve and get better. So here I am sitting today. Yesterday was 1158, which is great. Today up 1086, good. But that could have been 1927, almost $2,000. That could have been $2,000, man. I lost half that. Shaking my head and hate myself, but hey, guess I'm making progress, so I'll pat myself on the back for that. Let's look at the calendar, take a look at the calendar here real quick. Here is January. I'm very impressed with my green streak. I've never been able to do this. Where we've got 12 days of solid green in a row. Now, I will mention last week was slow. It was frustrating. I fought through a lot of stuff, and I only made 941 on last week. The week before that, 2,000, which is decent. And this week, the market has picked up. Yesterday, we had some big movers in the market, and today, OBLN was the monster. So I love seeing that heat, that hotness in the market. We got an awesome hot market right now, and I hope it doesn't fizzle out anytime soon. I hope we can get at least, you know, a couple more days of some solid movers, and you got to be able to capitalize on it and manage your risk with these hot markets. But I've been doing, I would say, an okay job. There's still a lot of opportunities I've really screwed up, but hey, we're up green. That's good. Up 2,200 on the week. So I'm happy with all that. And now let's look at OBLN and show you where I screwed up. I did a lot of trades. I'm not going to go through all the trades here, but I'm going to go on my big mistake here. This thing was quite scary because when you see things moving up this much, you know, even right in here, once we broke this high, this pre-market high of 350, this thing was just looking like a monster just from this perspective, right? And we started pushing through, and you know, I made a lot of trades all in here, and once we get up to something like in here where it looks like it's going to top out possibly, I want to make more trades, but I just get real worried about, because I've been caught so many times of it just ripping the other way down, shorts taking control, and me just taking a huge loss. So I don't like to hold things, and because of it, I make a lot of small trades just going up the path of it. And look, as it continues, man, it just keeps pushing. Hits this high of here of 450 or 440, 442, thinking, Jesus, this thing's crazy. It's gotta, you know, what goes up must come down at some point, and I was just kind of waiting for it to drop at some point, and look at this. Boom, boom, boom. These three candles. What a monster. This thing ripped. Let me know if you got in on this move here, because that's just crazy awesome. But I saw it going up that much, and I like had to sit on my hands because I thought to myself, you know, sure, this thing has got momentum and heat, and I wasn't in here at this point, and you know, FOMO's hitting hard. The worst thing that can happen is you jump in at the high here, looking for that next big candle, and guess what? It goes right back down. And in that case, that's exactly what it did here. If you got in there thinking this thing was going to continue, boy, I feel for you. I've been there. But that red candle there, look at this. Boom, 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 boom. We hit this high, 650. And it just crushes all the way back down to 550. Almost in one candle, you losing a whole dollar from this thing. I mean, that's how you lose. You can, you know, definitely lose a lot of money. And I get, you know, this is where I get all frazzled, because you see big moves like this and you want to hop in, but you gotta get in at the right time. You gotta sometimes wait for those pullbacks. So I was, you know, keeping my eyes out on this thing, waiting for it to consolidate, which is good. And we had some more push-ups like this, and then that third time, you know, hitting this area, thinking, oh man, this thing might just fizzle out. Went down quite a bit and recovered, you know, and then we got all these push-ups. So let me show you. I had a ton of trades all in here. This is where I got up to my high, I think, of my high on the day of almost $2,000 myself. I think right in here, and could have left it there. And let's see. I wanted to show you guys. I got in at 10. Yeah, it was 10.22. Let's see here. 13.59. Nope, it was after that. Let's see. Yeah, give me 1 sec, because I do want to show where I got burned big time. I thought it was 15. Let's see. Come on now. Where was it? Oh, okay, right in here. Yeah, 1437. Okay. Boom. Okay, yeah, look at this. So I'm watching this thing unfold, right? It hits this high, comes down, wants to kind of come back up, and then falls. And then I'm thinking, okay, if it consolidates and wants to, pop or rip and look like it wants to go, maybe, retest that high, man, hope I can hop in early. So I saw it just rip in this one candle. I'm like, ooh, gotta hop in. So I hopped in here and I got in right at that high of 1020. Okay. And I'm looking for that next push higher to go in and sell, hopefully at 11 or something like that. And guess what? That was the high in that session, and it went down, and we had these small little red candles. So I was like, you know what? Let me just hold. We could have this curl back up and this push. And we never got it. And then we hit this one candle that just ripped down. And I go, are you kidding me? Because I was in a big share size. It was 1,000 share size. And it just collapsed right there. I said, I can't hold this thing. I'm not going to risk it. Because if it breaks this area, it's really going down. And I ended up selling at freaking 9.10. Okay. So here I am, more than a dollar share down, losing more than $1,000 just in that one trade. And it was because I just couldn't drop it early and say, hey, didn't work out, just wait for the next move, you can always get in again. Instead I was like, no, let me hold this, it might curl. And because of that, just holding at the wrong time, I had to sell for this huge loss. And that's where I really got frustrated today. And the thing after that, man, it just got crazy. Look at this one area. This was nuts. I did get in a trade on this rip, this candle that looked like it was going to do the next monster move, up to 15 or something crazy, this huge spike. But man, it was a fake out. It was this beautiful rip, and I did get in, and I got out and sold for a good little chunk. But I'm glad I did that because it turned around and ripped all the way down. I'm surprised that didn't halt either, because look at that candle going down. I really want to hear from you guys, and I want to know, I know a lot of you traded this today. Let me know if you were caught in this move going down. This was at 3:06 p.m. Eastern time, from a high of 1079 all the way down to 8. I mean, that is a killer. That will kill an account right there, that one move. So I'd love to hear from you guys if that thing, if you got caught up in that. Hopefully it wasn't too big of a position for you. But this thing was nuts. And while I did do decent on the day, I feel like I just missed a lot of opportunities with this thing. And the whole internet this morning, I was just frazzled with that. And I feel like I, didn't get every little piece that I wanted. But that's the way trading goes. So you do what you can, and you try to minimize risk. So that's it for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this this recap here. But I'm looking good this month, and I don't want to botch this because I have done that in the past. I've done it plenty of times where I do great on the beginning of a month, and then I screw it all up with a couple bad days. So I don't want those, and I'm working in a good progress right now, good trend line. Want to keep it that way. And yeah, so that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. And this market's hot, so let's keep capitalizing on it. And yeah, see you then.